Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TIIMAN RUGGA show. My name is Chandra van Wyk, and this is TIIMAN himself, and this is episode 4 of the RUGGA show.
Yeah, it's the episode of champions. We're the world champions, back to back. South Africa did it again. Chandra, where were you watching the game, by the way?
I was watching the game at the fan park, Palace Bet fan park at Emperor's Palace. That's where I was. Just a tremendous atmosphere, vibe all around. Yeah. Just celebratory, bro. And we there. We World Cup champions, and there's nothing. No one can take that. No one can take that away from us,
no,
bro.
They can't.
They can't take it away, even no matter how hard they try.
Yeah.
Because they are trying. They
of
are
course,
trying to take it away from us. We've been listening to all the BS they've been saying. New Zealand had a bad game. Yeah. No, they didn't. We put them under pressure. Yeah. Pieter Steph du Toit tackled a little bit of black out of them.
But how crazy was that? I mean, I think we need to talk about that defensive performance from the Springboks. Pieter Steph has something like 28 tackles in a World Cup final.
Is that a record?
That must be a record.
That must be a record. I don't think anyone has ever tackled so many All Blacks.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. I was actually, I think a huge shout out to Deon Fourie as well. Yes. I mean, Deon came in in the third minute or so, and he also had something like 20 tackles.
Brother, our defense was on point.
Yeah.
We absolutely dominated in that game.
Sure.
Yes, we played our South African game that we all love. And yes, we love to play rugby like this. We love the physical game. Yeah. And if you can't match us, you can't match us in the physical game. And that's just it. You guys need to play better rugby. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they say we don't play rugby. They need to play better rugby. And I hated that all of these pundits keep saying and keep pushing this narrative because what they're trying to do, and we can see what they're trying to do, they're trying to glamorize the Northern Hemisphere. I mean, how can you have a World 15 team and only have Eben Etzebeth in there?
The dream team that was announced. So we won the World Cup, right? Mm-hmm. We have only one player in the dream team.
One.
Our coach gets nominated for Coach of the Year. He doesn't win it. Even doesn't win the World Player of the Year. But guess what? We've got the most important trophy. We're the world champs for the next 4 years, and there's nothing
they can do.
They can do about
nothing
it.
They can do. Nothing at all they can do. And I know it's bitter. It's hard. It's painful. It's definitely painful. And we did it winning by 1 point. And you know why we did it? Just to prove a point.
I was about to say that. So we beat France by 1 point.
Yes.
We beat England by 1 point.
Yes.
We beat the All Blacks by 1 point just to prove a point.
just to prove a point. And the game was absolutely amazing, man. Just there with our people.
Yeah.
For the first time, not for the first time, but just all of us just together, watching our team play, and they brought it home. And as I'm gonna take the words from Kwagga Smith,
Yeah.
And this is just a message to all the pundits. A message from Chandra first. Shut up, okay? Shut up, okay? That's a message from me and a message from Kwagga Smith. We don't play for respect from other nations or respect from the rugby world. They play for South Africans, and they play for us, and they brought that whole World Cup home for us in amazing fashion.
No doubt. No, you could see the effort the boys put in, that they play for something that's greater than rugby.
Yes.
Right? They play for their families. And also a huge shout out to, I think we need to give a shout out to Saru for allowing actually the players to actually be with their wives and their kids. I think we're actually the only team that has their whole family with them during the whole World Cup.
Yeah, because it's quite simple. Our rugby players believe in one philosophy and one philosophy only. God, family, and rugby. Yeah. And yes, sir, in that order, my friend. Exactly in that order.
In that exact order. Yeah, no, I think that whole rugby final, I mean, I mentioned Deon, but Pollard. So people people have a short memory. So when Malcolm Marx got injured, we were always saying that Dweba must be there.
Yes.
And Rassi and Jack knew that we need to get a reliable goal kicker. How good has Andre been, though?
Andre has been just the Iceman.
Yeah.
He's just been the Iceman. I mean, every single penalty that New Zealand conceded in that game, he made it. He pulled a little bit left, right? And first 2 kicks were a little bit left.
They were too close, yeah.
Yeah, they were a little bit close. So that's what I'm saying. They were a little bit close, but he pulled it off, man. And you could see in his face.
Yeah.
Because when I saw the Barrett brother take that final kick, you know that kick that could have...
Yeah, the one they missed. Yeah.
The one they missed. You could see it in his face, bro. You could see it in his face. And I told like the person I'm with, I'm like, hey, he's going to miss this. And she was like, he's not going to miss it.
Yeah.
I said, I can see it in his face. I can see it in his face. He's nervous. He's not going to make it. And that's ultimately what happened to their game. Their game completely fell apart because of the way that South Africa played. We put so much pressure on them.
No, it's actually crazy that Pollard has not missed any kick during this World Cup. Like 100%.
100%.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Look, my heart goes out to Mani. My heart does definitely go out to Mani. I mean, he played a fantastic game. He commanded that back line at the back there superbly. And just to mention that this has only had like 10 games before the World Cup.
That's the thing. I mean,
plus minus 10
Mani
games.
is still new to international rugby,
Yes.
and he's also a huge reason why we actually won the World Cup.
Yep, one of the reasons.
One of the reasons why we won the World Cup.
He played his part.
Yeah, he stepped in when Andre was injured. He stepped in, but again, it just shows that the coaching ideas, right? We needed to play Andre in that final.
We needed
with the weather and the kicking. Yeah, and they're both world champions at the end of the day.
Both world champions, and Mani, you don't have to feel bad about anything. You played your part.
No, definitely not.
With
Definitely
so
not.
little international experience and also like World Cup experience.
Yeah.
You did an amazing job. You can hold your head high. You are an inspiration to every single lighty out there who wants to wear that number 10. You're an inspiration for what you've done. And I know that just one part of your game was lacking, but we know you're going to get there. But it's just kicking.
Yeah.
It's just kicking. It wasn't that your kicking was bad. I mean, you kicked the final kick in the URC. We will never forget that kick you made over. And this is just the pressure of World Cup, the pressure of a whole nation behind you. And we just want to say congratulations. And you're the man, bro. You're the man. And also, I mean, your surname is Lebok.
Yeah, Mani Lebok, Dibok.
It's meant to be, my friend. It's meant to be.
It's meant to be. So, what are your other highlights of that World Cup final? Because I think there's so many things to talk about. Talking about that game, what other things do you think that stood out for you?
What stood out for me, honestly, and I think I did mention it before, the reason why New Zealand lost that game is their discipline.
Yeah,
we knew it from the beginning. They couldn't the whole World Cup. They couldn't keep 15 players on the field.
Yeah.
They just couldn't. And dirty play. I mean, how can you lay on someone's leg? And not to mention the neck roll as well. You're pulling Bonambi on his neck. Like he called you a white guy. You know what I'm saying? You pulled on his neck, you sat on his leg, and it made an injury. And when that injury happened, I was like, oh my word.
But talking about it, I'm just happy that the conversation is not about the ref. I think that Wayne Barnes had an awesome game. In terms of that yellow card to Shannon Frizzell, and then that yellow card that was upgraded to a red card, Sam Cane, the right call. Sia also deserved that yellow card.
Yes.
That knock on, that first try of New Zealand that was called back. I think Wayne Barnes had an awesome game.
I did. I love the way that he admitted that he was wrong at a lot of sections of the game where he's like, oh, I see it. We're coming back. And not only just flowing with the game, admitting his mistakes, listening to his assistant referees, and also just playing the game and letting the game flow. You know what I'm saying? He did an amazing job. No matter what the other people say about him, I think he did an amazing job. And it's just on the day. I still say I still say that we need 2 refs in field, guys.
You still want your 2 refs?
I want my 2 refs in field. Put in the comments if you think that is an amazing thing to have on the field. 2 refs, one standing on the one side and one other one standing on the other side, and respecting each other's calls. Because one man making the calls, I don't feel like it's that's the only way we can actually like put the ref debate out of the game, and we can have 2 refs inside refing the game, and I think that would be amazing. That's just my opinion.
So you're still going ahead with your petition?
I'm putting my petition forward. Let's get those 2 refs on the field there and sort this thing out, because people are always going to blame the ref, but he had an amazing game. He blew the whistle almost perfectly. I think every call he made was the right call. New Zealand came in and they tried to play dirty. I'm just saying what I'm saying. They played dirty because they got hit hard. I mean, Pieter Steph du Toit absolutely, like, he obliterated them. And I'm telling you now, and the mistakes they made on the field, because that's my highlight. Like,
it's because of pressure.
It's because of pressure. And you know, when you get those first 5, 6, 7 hits, right? As a player, what happens is, as soon as someone passes you the ball, instead of looking at the ball, you are watching where those men in green and gold are. That's your first. So now as you're catching the ball, you're like, hey, let me just see where they are. And that's when the mistakes happen, and that's all those knock-ons and all those things. We struggle a little bit in the scrums.
We're not as dominant as I thought we would be in the scrums. Especially, I don't know how you felt about that last scrum. So when that last scrum came through, I mean, for me, there was a lot of pressure from New Zealand, and I'm just glad that it worked out that way, though. But I was a bit nervous with that last scrum, though.
That last scrum, hats off to Faf de Klerk. I mean, he read that perfectly. He absolutely read that perfectly, because he saw what was happening. And it's like, they are strong. I mean, even without Sam Cane in there, they were strong. I mean, it is New Zealand after all. And I would have been happy if we lost to New Zealand, but that last scrum, Faf just took his time and he didn't put the ball in. If he did put that ball in, oh my word, I don't think we would have escaped that one.
Yeah. But even with the lineout as well, I think. But I think to an extent that was expected, though. I mean, with Dion obviously coming in, not being a specialist hooker, I don't think that our lineout was functioning very well. But then again, I think Dion made up for it in other areas in terms of the 20 tackles, obviously being a menace at the breakdown. But yeah, I mean, it was always, I think Jug actually said it. The 2 people you didn't want to lose was Faf and Bongi.
Yes.
And we lost Bongi after 3 minutes. Yeah.
He lost Bongi, and it was look, Bongi is an amazing hooker. Like, I think he's the best hooker in the country.
Yeah.
You know, also maybe the world, but you know, they won't give us recognition for it. And when we lost him, I mean, it was tough for us at the lineouts. I mean, Whitelock is just an amazing player, and they dominated in a lot of the set pieces. But we had a game plan, you know. We had a game plan, and we stuck to our game plan. We forced them to make mistakes, and that's what you do against New Zealand. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to play strength against strength, because they've got big hitters. We have big hitters. So why would we do that? What we can do is put them under pressure, and I think that was Rassi's game plan from the beginning. Just, guys, put them under pressure, let them make the mistakes, and when they make those mistakes, we penalize them right there, and that's what happened. That's literally what happened. Every single time they made a mistake, we kicked those balls over, and that's how we basically won that game.
But I think one thing we can agree on is that Bongi was aan die rechterkant.
Yeah, he was aan die rechterkant, just minding his business. And but the dirty play from New Zealand, the person who actually cost them the World Cup is Sam Cane. That's the person that actually he's to blame. If you want to blame anyone, New Zealand, blame Sam Cane. You have our blessings as the Springboks and South African supporters. Blame Sam Cane, because that was dirty. And I mean, like, he knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? He knew what he was doing. When you look at Sia's tackle, he was literally trying to wrap his hands around. You know what I'm saying? Sam Cane didn't even attempt. He was just like, where is Jesse Creel's face? Here's my shoulder. That's exactly what he did. And he put his shoulder into Jesse Creel's face. Yeah. And that's what he did. And then he deserved that red card. And when he went off, I cheered. And I was like, this is exactly how they play. Because this is not the New Zealand team that all of us know.
Yeah.
Right? They can't keep their players on the field. They're ill-disciplined, and the Rassi actually just saw that and knew that they were going to play the exact same game, because as soon as you put them under pressure, that's what they resort to.
No, I think with regards to that, I wouldn't go as far as saying that's the tactics. But one thing I would definitely say is that I'm just happy that the right decision was taken in terms of upgrading that yellow card to a red card.
Yes.
But I think we need to touch a bit about Sia Kolisi. I mean, I always talk about Sia, but the humility that he showed after winning. I mean, I don't know how many TV or radio publications he was talking to after the game from all over the world, and his message is still the same. Like, they played for something that's bigger than Rugga.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They played for the people back home, and he actually says that, like, you have to be South African for you to understand it.
Yes.
So can you imagine when the Boks come back, how the country is going to be?
We definitely going to be there.
Yeah,
welcoming them back and seeing them to the country. But as I said countless times, Sia is not only an amazing rugby player, he is a genuine, just a good soul.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's an amazing player. He's a great ambassador for the game of rugby. He has put basically his life on the line for this team, for this country. And I mean, if you are South African, you know what we go through.
Yeah.
You know what we go through here. And just for them to put that hope and belief in us was absolutely amazing. And Sia is just that shining star.
But talking about what we go through, so Eskom didn't even give us a day.
Bruh, Eskom, the same night. The same night, just after the win, Eskom was like, all right, guys, we're tired of burning this diesel.
Eskom, at least a week.
Yeah, they came for us on fire. And that's what we go through here, rolling blackouts. And Sia, just, we love him so much. And it's so sad to see him go, eh? It's sad to see him go.
You think he's done with the Boks?
I think so, man. 4 years.
That is what? He's 32, 31. 32, isn't it?
He's 30. How old is he? I think he's 33, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere there.
But
personally, I don't.
It's
going to be very hard for him to make it a hat trick of of World Cups. But yeah, I think. But the nice thing about but one thing I hope happens though, like obviously I talked about it last week. I think Jock is finishing off, and Rassi has another 2 years at least. But I think we need to have Rassi for the next World Cup, and then so that he's actually in charge of the whole transition. I mean, we've got the Canaans coming through, Moody's. We still have Lebok, who's very young. Pollard is still very young. He's 29. So, and then obviously Veli, Dwayne Vermeulen, I think they are done with the Boks. So it'll be interesting to see how we get the next team going on for the next 4 years though.
Look, the next 4 years is going to be the next 4 years. For now, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 years. But I know for now, we're going to enjoy this World Cup win. And I just want to say that from now on, okay, when you mention South Africa's name, especially when it comes to rugby, you'll need to put some respect on it, because the New Zealand legacy is done. It's the South African legacy of rugby. We are rugby. We are what you guys strive to become, right? We've done it so many times. That is, we don't even we don't even need any. We don't need any more. It's the rugby legacy of South Africa, and that's what we did. That's what the conversation needs to be about. It's about these amazing players. Excuse me. It's about these amazing players that came together and just had an amazing campaign at the World Cup. They played their socks off and they brought it home. They made the impossible after all that hype about these Northern Hemisphere teams. And they always choke. They always choke at the moment. They can never capitalize. It reminds me of that Eminem song. You know the Eminem song?
Which one?
You know the spaghetti. How does the song go?
Just forgot it. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. And they always choke. Northern Hemisphere teams always choke at the semifinals or the quarterfinals. They never make it through because they don't have that gears.
So they choke like the Proteas.
They choke. The Proteas are actually doing very well, my friend.
Yeah, but with them, that's another topic. With them, I only believe it when they make the final.
Yes.
Those guys will disappoint you. The Proteas, I love them, but the Proteas have disappointed me. Yo, I don't want to even talk about 99, but anyway.
But yeah, man, South Africa, we did it. We world champions, and as we said, they can't take that away from us. And we're just gonna keep dominating this game because we know how to play it, and because we play to our strengths.
Yeah,
and that's something.
But I think the world should have been worried once we released that. You know that Springbok advert clip. We're playing for hope. We're playing when Duane Vermeulen says we're playing for the last time. Where Damien Willemse say for you like this made hot step. There's no way you get past that, dog. If those niggas are playing for those people, there's no way. For Dominica, Damien Dallin, for John. Then you should have known that, yo, shit was about to go down.
Man, you know what hurt me when I watched that ad and then Mapimpi said for Eben's father.
For Tataka Eben. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my word. You guys don't know what we play for. You don't know what we go through in this country. But we did it. And it's time to celebrate. And it's time to see the boys get home. And we just left at Ellis.
We can't wait for them to come back.
Another 4 years. And I'm telling you now, that Ellis Cup is going to stay here.
Yeah.
They must build a bed for it. Just build a proper place for it out of concrete.
But don't you think the name should change? I mean, we've won it, 4 times now? What are we going to name it, though?
We can name it. I don't know what we can name it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm truly proud of the Springboks. We did it. The game was fantastic, man. The last seconds, the last scrum, Pieter Steph du Toit, everyone just came through. The subs came on and did what they did. Because I thought that Rassie was going to put everyone on, like nuclear squad.
Like at the same time.
At the same time, at the end, just come through and just put everyone on. Boom, boom, bang.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He bled them in, and I knew that was going to be a
But one thing
decision.
I want to comment about that. One thing I do like about Rassie is that his subs are not pre-planned. You know what I mean? Like, what you tend to get with most coaches that they know that every game they'll put on like 4 or 5 players. Yes. I think Jasper only came in the last 8 minutes or so. But it's also because Sia was off for 10 minutes, which makes sense. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, what more do you want to say about Ras Naber? I mean, Rassie and Jog.
They did an amazing job. They can put their heads high. They said exactly. They said what they said, and they did what they did. And what they said is what they did.
It's just a pity Jug didn't end it off by winning Coach of the Year. But
hey,
yeah,
man, it is what it is, you know.
It's one of those, yeah.
Let the choking coach win. Let them have something, you know.
Yeah.
All of us can, let's spread the wins around. So we're not even upset about that. Cheslin Kolbe had an amazing game. The yellow card, and I just felt like why? Like he was crying. He thought that they were gonna lose.
Yeah, but it just shows like it means so much to those guys. But I think with Cheslin, I think he felt at that time that he let so many people down, the team down. But there's actually a clip if you go look at it. So after the Boks win, right? Sia literally goes to Cheslin.
Runs to him.
Imagine. So he's actually embracing Cheslin and showing that no, Cheslin, we've won this together.
We won this together. Yeah. And Cheslin, like, you can keep your head high, bro.
Yeah.
Like you didn't cost us anything. I mean, even if we did lose,
it was never gonna be on him. Yeah.
It was never gonna be on you. I mean, you were playing on your birthday. All your emotions were.
So how do they think they were gonna win? It was Cheslin's birthday. It was Evan's birthday the next day. There's no way. This was written in the stars, man. How do they think they...
But yeah, he did make a mistake. He shouldn't have put his hand out. But Cheslin, you guys did it, man. You did it. And I don't know, do you think Cheslin can do another World Cup?
No, for sure. Cheslin is only 30, so he can definitely do another World Cup.
34.
Yeah, no, for sure. Chesy's gonna
34 is a heavy age for a rugby
but I
player.
think with Chesy, he takes good care of himself, definitely.
But how much speed do you lose in 4 years?
No, but Chesy might lose speed. But with Cheslin, it's never been about the speed, though. It's about being the stepping, the defensive effort. The thing is, Cheslin hardly has a bad game, dog.
He does, yeah. You can say that again.
He might lose a bit of speed, obviously. I mean, with age, but I mean, he's a complete rugby player.
Okay.
In terms of aerial, the stepping, the defense, and a lot of people actually don't recognize Cheslin's defensive effort, though. But you hardly pass that boy, Chesy.
No. He's in there. And then who do you think could replace Sia? Say if we go to the next World Cup.
Sure, it's a hard one. I like literally no one comes to mind, but I know that we will never run out of loose forwards.
Yes.
The thing is, obviously there's your Eldrich Low from the Bulls. There's that new kid Hanakom coming through. There's Evan Ruiz. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to think who can actually play Sia in that sixth position. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the thing is, one thing we'll never short. I always say it's player resources.
Yeah, we'll never
run short of talent and player resources. I mean, the Sasha Feinbergs that will be coming through the next World Cup. That kid is special.
Bruh.
That kid is special.
And he can play everything. Eh?
He can play 10, 12. He's got a good boot on him. I mean,
he's got skill
crazy.
for days, pace. I saw the game between Scarlets and Stormers. Oh my god.
Thrashing.
Do you see that breakthrough? Oh man, bro.
That kid is special, man. He's something else.
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Also, a big shout out to the women's Springboks. They smashed Samoa.
Yeah, I saw that.
They played a really good game. I watched the whole game. I was actually sad that there was no one in the stands.
Oh, was it quite empty?
It was quite empty. I think only family and friends there. We need to really make an effort to go out and watch our girls. They played really well.
Yeah.
We really need to go out and watch them. I mean, even if you can't watch them, just switch your TV on and just switch to the thing so that they can get something out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because where your eyes are is where the money goes. And I think they deserve it because they played a really, really well game. A really good game they played. They were absolutely amazing from the start, from the scrums. They were scrumming Samoa.
I actually saw a clip of that scrum though.
Yeah, they were scrumming Samoa broken. Like broken. They were good at the breakdown. They were doing like their steals, their counter rucks. They were swinging the ball. Their number 15 was absolutely amazing. Sorry for my ignorance that I don't know any of the players' names, but I will invest my time more into them. As I said, I'm also guilty, but we need to support them more and just kind of like watch the games. And,
definitely.
And come forward.
I think from the TIIMAN RUGGA show, we'll definitely
need to do that more. So big shout out to you guys. For just carrying the Springbok name high.
Yeah. Talking about the UFC, it's just, I think out of the four games that the SA teams played, I think only the Stormers won, right?
Yes, only the Stormers won. But it's kind of like guaranteed because the Stormers always find a way to win. Best team, and to think like we're not even at full strength yet.
Yeah, the Stormers, yeah. But it's actually a bit worrying though. As much as I think the Bulls had a narrow loss, the Lions also had a narrow loss. But it's a bit worrying the fact that out of the 4 games, we only won 1 game though. Does it have to do with the traveling? Because all those 3 losses are the teams that actually SA teams that played away.
I think let's not blame traveling. Right, because we had worse traveling games when we used to play New Zealand teams. It was worse traveling, and also like the time zones and all that kind of mess. So let's not blame the traveling. I think that it's the start. I think the teams are starting to learn each other. They just need to play more games, and then we'll see kind of like in the middle of the season where we stand yet. Everyone can't be like the Stormers.
Yeah.
Everyone can't be like the Stormers. They play because they've been playing together for a long time. And
the team has been together for like 2-3 years.
And also with an amazing coach like Sir Dobby.
Yeah.
The Stormers are just gonna do amazing this year. And I think everyone should just calm down and just let the other teams figure themselves out. But I really wish that more South African, like all the South African teams, they're just gonna gel, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but hopefully with the Boks coming back, and then let's say by around 6, 7, 8, obviously we can start getting more positive results, and because we need at least, let's say 2-3 teams to end up in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's the end. Yeah.
No, we definitely will. I'm also pitching like just a South African semis and quarterfinals. And we can play amongst each other. But it's going to be a good tournament. We can't wait to dive into that. But now we're just kind of like enjoying our World Cup win, knowing that we're the best in the world.
Yeah, no, this is the champion episode.
Champions of the world.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go back to the Boks, though. Let's go back to the Boks. So we talked about Pieter Steph, we talked about Dion Fourie, but how good was Jesse Kriel? I don't think he gets enough credit though. The last World Cup, I think he got injured, so he missed most of that World Cup. And then Lucanio gets injured this World Cup, and then he steps in for Lucanio. How brilliant was Jesse at 13?
Jesse was he was tremendous at 13. He played his position. In the beginning of the tournament, I thought it was going to be a mistake.
Yeah. Like most people thought.
Yeah, like most people thought it was going to be a mistake. I thought that he wouldn't kind of like fit into the team. But then he just showed us that he deserves to be there and he deserves that number 13. And he kept showing us game after game, just all his tackles, all his, like the way he covered the field. His defense was incredible. His passing was on point. I mean, South Africa, we don't play that much of a passing game. So, our forwards get involved a lot. So the little bit of ball that he did get, he showed us that he deserves and he belongs in that number 13. Played absolutely amazing.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. I think if anything, I think he shut down his critics, and he was just a monster in that 13 channel, especially on defense. He was just something else though. But then the other thing is that what I like about this Springbok team, right, 2019 and 2023, is that this is the most transformed team we've ever had. So you have a team, and I think that's why I didn't mention earlier. Also, I watched the game at Mall of Africa, right? So it was crazy after the game though in the mall. It was so nice seeing so many people from different races, different ages coming together for SA. And I think the reason is because the team is so transformed. You know what I mean?
Yes, and that's the beautiful thing, and I think that's the thing that everyone can learn. From the Springbok team is that they shouldn't be scared of transformation because transformation happens. And a lot of people, like when you look at the cricket, a lot of people, as we said last time, people leaving South Africa just because, I can't handle the quota system. And the quota system is literally just there to give a helping hand to players that deserve to play, not only because of the color of their skin, because they deserve to play. And just to show how diverse South Africa is, because every South African team that ever existed that has been diverse were always champions.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, we've always been champions when we show our diversity on the field. Like I can remember Bafana. Yes, Bafana used to win trophies. And it was a diverse team. Why are you looking at me like Bafana never used to win trophies?
When was the last time? 96.
Yes, but my thing is, look at that 1996 team. Look at that team. We had white people. We had black people.
Bafana must just get Rassi to coach them. They must get Rassi to coach them. That's the only way they're gonna win.
We had colored people, and that's the strength of South Africans, is that we don't realize that together we can make anything
stronger
happen.
Together.
That's what it means, stronger together.
Yeah.
Because all of us have our own special talents. And when we bring all those fundamental things together, we create something special almost all the time. Almost all the time. And all we need is a little bit of hand, and where people can just accept and be like, okay, we need to do this, because we're still people think that South Africa, we just transformed like this. No, we're still busy in our transformation phase. And if you need any proof, just look at the Springboks. Look at how diverse that team is. Everyone is there playing together for one thing. And when we all come together as South Africans, nothing can stop us.
Nothing. And talking about transformation, I think people actually have different views about transformation, right? But people might just look at it in the simplest form. Transformation just means change.
Yes.
That's the only thing it means.
That's the only thing.
And Rassi has mentioned it before. It doesn't mean black in, white out.
Yes.
It just means change. And what thing is, we've got colored players, we've got black players, we've got white players, and there's a whole Springbok squad. And it's actually representing our population. That's all.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
And all of us play so wonderfully together.
Together, yeah.
Because we know that together we can make this thing happen.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing thing to witness. And that's the South Africa I want to be a part of.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? I hate that we are so separated, especially politically. And there's always going to be people dividing us. You know what I'm saying? And I know this is a rugby podcast and we're not supposed to get political. But I absolutely hated that we're getting that people put us up against each other, and they show that they show stats, whatever stats they show. This is how much black people own the land. This is how much white people own the land. This is how much this own the land. And we must remember these all things are coming from politicians, and politicians, what they do is, in order to get as many votes as they can, they divide us. Right, I saw something about the Queen before she died. Like they had like something like a 70% approval rate, 70%, and someone said a politician will that's his dream to have a 70% approval rate. That's a dream. So what they do to get at least a percentage of that 70%, they divide us and create a niche narrative, and that's how they persuade and sway people in that direction and causing havoc. Because I know as South Africans, if we can come together,
we've just shown
can
it.
Achieve anything, bro.
We've just shown it. I mean, through the Boks, we've just shown that, yeah.
And we shouldn't be upset. I think transformation is absolutely, it's an amazing thing. And all of us together, like our cultures, our heritage, like we respect each other and we respect, like South Africa is such a beautiful land. Like, and if you don't believe me, just ask any other African on this continent, what is the best place that they would want to live in? Where you are free.
Yeah.
Where you are free. And freedom is not free. It comes with responsibility. And South Africans handle that responsibility so beautifully.
Now, I mean, I must say, it was for the last 2 months now, during the World Cup, it was just so awesome to be South African, though.
It is.
It was awesome to be South African. And long may that continue. And yeah, back-to-back world champions, 4th World Cup. So do you think this is actually... But I think I know the answer to that. Is this the greatest Springbok team we've ever had? Mind you, they've won back-to-back.
They've won back-to-back.
So which other team do you think is better than this one?
My favorite team is just the Bryna Banner.
The 07 team.
Yeah, the 07 team. That's just my favorite team of all time because all my favorite players. But I'm just biased. That's all my favorite players. I can see. But this Springbok team is technically they are the best.
No, because they've won 2 World Cups back-to-back. And they beat the British and Irish Lions. I mean, you don't get better than that, though.
And now we're going to beat them again.
Yeah, when they come. Yeah,
when they come. And we're waiting. We are waiting for you guys. So, Sia and the boys, come home. We're going to celebrate lekker. We're going to meet you guys at the airport. It's going to be lekker. Get your rest. Chill a little bit. Spend some time with the family. Because in a couple of months, it's business time again.
It's business time again. Yeah, man, we've had a lekker show. Championship, episode 4. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And we appreciate all the support.
And also, last but not least, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers this morning. Just saw it, and it's only our 4th episode. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. The show would not be anything without you. We love you. And we love you, South Africa. And we love you, Springboks. And... let's go meet the guys at our Tambo. If you see this, I know we already met there. But if you guys see us there and you see us here as well, we've seen each other. Cheers. Bye.